Day 4 of our cruise came so quickly. And one of the interesting things that I found was that the cruise director announced the ship would be parallel parking, quote unquote. It actually pulls in reverse to dock at Disney's private island, Castaway Cay. So I woke up super early to check that out and watched it all the way until she slid into port. It was pretty cool. So of course I plan to do it again next cruise. Now, since we were on vacation, we did take our time with breakfast, but of course it threw us completely behind. We had to be at the second stop at the bike rentals by a certain time for the 5K. We were running late. Didn't stop us for posing with Captain Jack Sparrow and, Daisy and other characters along the way. But we got to the tram, there it is, and it looks just like Walt Disney World, you guys. It's fantastic. So we finally got to the 5K just as the runners were starting and, followed them along, did that path a couple of times, 2-3 times around that path, and ended up getting our medal at the end. Super cool, but super hot. After the big race, we had to reward ourselves by buying a few little knickknacks. Of course, I got myself a baseball cap, Castaway Cay 5K, and some magnets, t-shirts, things to bring back home for friends and family, that kind of thing. But the store is phenomenal. It looks just like Disney World. Look at all the selections of shirts, towels, coffee mugs, baseball caps, tumblers, you name it, they've got it. There are picture frames, check it out. I definitely had to buy myself the Christmas ornament so we can hang that on the tree at the end of the year. And you've got some magnets and things. So over the years, I've been seeing pictures of Mount Rushmore, and it's only on Castaway Cay. I was finally able to check it out and pose for a picture, of course. And there I am, in shorts, which is rare because I'm a jeans guy. Next up, we took the Pelican Plunge. And though it was a total blast, every cast member kept warning me, take your sunglasses off. I have prescription sunglasses. I was just so worried about, the water and the little video camera because they didn't let me take the stick. I had to hold it in my hand. I was worried about dropping that in the water. And, by the time I got to the bottom, glasses were gone. So here's a quick shot of me taking the Pelican Plunge. Afterwards, we went to Spring-a-Leak so the kids could, play in the little water area there, and they had such a good time. I honestly wish I had more footage, but by this time, after the race and all that stuff, we're starting to get a little hungry, so we did tend to hurry the kids along. We put them in these complimentary little wagons that Disney provides and made our way over to Cookies 2. There's 3 restaurants on the island, the 3 different sections of the island, but this was the one that was nearest to us. So here's a quick little walkthrough of the food that was available. And honestly, it was actually very good. I remember cruising on other cruise lines and thinking, typical barbecue stuff. This was really good. And the cruise director kept talking about these spicy chicken sandwiches. So of course I grabbed, some ribs and stuff, but I was on the hunt for that specific spicy chicken sandwich. They didn't have it. And by the time I got to the end, I asked a cast member who was kind enough to find one for me and bring it over. They even helped me with my tray. Yes, you're in the Bahamas, but this is Disney. It's the service that you've come to expect from them. You're treated like absolute royalty on the ship and on their private island. And check this out. Refreshment stations. You even had ice cream stations on the island. And all this is included in the price of your cruise. So this is the area where folks sit down to eat. Super comfortable, really, really nice. And though it would have been ridiculously easy to overeat, I controlled myself. I was good. I knew dinner was coming. But anyway, here's the stuff I grabbed. Definitely that banana bread was delicious, and the famous spicy chicken sandwich. It was awesome. Can't wait to have another one when I get back to the island. And here's a quick shot of the restaurants, just including that because everything was so clean. The island was immaculate, spotless, same as we're used to at Walt Disney World and Disneyland in California. It was kind of sad to be wrapping up our day, though we were excited that Pirate Night was still ahead of us. Anyway, I didn't really get off at the other ports of call, but Castaway Cay really was the perfect little beach day for me. It makes me super, super excited for Disney's second private island called Lighthouse Point. It's going to be opening in the next couple of years. So just imagine your itinerary with a stop at Castaway Cay and then sailing over to Lighthouse Point. I mean, nothing against all the other beautiful islands in the Caribbean, but these are Disney islands. So you kind of know you're going to get what you paid for in the end. There she is in the background, the Disney magic. I did promise in the day one video this would be fun and informational. So some background on the ship. She was born in Italy and her maiden voyage was July 30th, 1998. She's registered in the Bahamas. The ship does carry 2,713 passengers and a crew of 950. She's not huge like some of these 4,000 and 5,000 passenger ships, but she's definitely a nice size. Anyway, we got back on board and everyone got dressed up for Pirate Night. Disney does give you those little red bandanas, so that's something that can kind of get you in the mood. We brought our eye patches and our custom t-shirts, to be ready. We knew it was coming and it's one of the highlights of the cruise. So, oh, by the way, that reminds me, the island Castaway Cay used to be called Gorda Cay, and it's rumored that pirates frequented that island in the 1700s. So, I mean, nothing confirmed, but it's cool that you have that tie-in with the island and your pirates in the Caribbean night. After taking plenty of pictures with all the characters and stuff in their pirate attire, we went to Animator's Palette, our final restaurant. We had already eaten at Rapunzel's Lumiere's. This was the final restaurant we had to try. And as it turns out, it was my absolute favorite. Not so much the food, but the experience. So if you'll notice in the pictures, everything starts kind of in black and white. And as the evening progresses, those sketches, they start to move and things come to life. They take on some color. And before you know it, by the end of the evening, everything is in bright, beautiful Technicolor, and there's a gorgeous show that goes along with it. So the whole experience of it is, I think, what made it my favorite restaurant. As far as the menu itself, I probably didn't make the best choices, so maybe that's why nothing stood out or wowed me. It wasn't bad, it was just, just kind of okay. I had had better meals at some of the other restaurants. But, the theming continues from restaurant to restaurant, and you've got those Disney touches that are fantastic. So my appetizer was a Serrano ham and Manchego cheese. It was okay, and I think I liked the little black truffle pasta better. I did not have the salmon tartare, but I tried it, and there it is. It was really good. So my dinner was like a penne pasta with a piece of kind of stale garlic bread. Wasn't great, wouldn't do it again. And that dessert, the deconstructed carrot cake, not a winner. Then of course you've got the cappuccinos, which are really good, and they come at an extra charge. Photographers came by, snapped pictures of us, throughout dinner in our pirate attire. It was just a really enjoyable evening overall, and I think the kids had a ball as well. I mean, and us big kids too, as you can no doubt tell by the pictures. So the evening ended with a huge presentation. Mickey came out with wonderful Disney music, and notice the vests. So what started out as in black and white, now the dining staff came out with full color vests on. It really was an incredible time. It's entertainment like only Disney can deliver. So it's one thing to see these videos and pictures and things, and it's another thing to be present and sitting in the room, living through it. And speaking of which, the night ended with the Pirates in the Caribbean deck party. It was incredible. So again, it's just something that you've got to be there to experience. That's right, Mickey swung down from the smokestack in his pirate attire to set off a big fireworks spectacular. The second on our cruise, mind you, after the big Marvel one. Here you go, enjoy. that does it for day 4 of our trip on Disney Magic. At the end of the night, we did have our towel creature, which kept with the Pirates in the Caribbean theme.